I'm just a guy who loves Disney that has way too much time on his hands. If anybody from Disney is watching, please don't sue me. I'm here to rate, review, and describe all of your favorite things from the magical world of Disney. I'm File91e and welcome to my Disney News and Reviews. Hello everyone and welcome to this week's Disney News and Reviews. I'm File91e. And to everybody that celebrates it, happy Memorial Day. Technically Memorial Day is tomorrow, but if you're watching this and it is tomorrow, then happy Memorial Day. I filmed this on Sunday, which is usually when I celebrate my Memorial Day. I did it today. I smoked a pork shoulder, or a Boston butt as they call it over here. We did some pulled pork, and I had some crab cakes. It was good. It was a good day. I mean, the weather here has been perfect. We haven't, gotten any rain. It was a gorgeous 80-degree day, a nice breeze. Sun wasn't too hot or anything like that. So overall, it was just a great day. And my thoughts go out to everybody that gave their lives for this country, this great country of ours. Even though we sometimes crap all over the U.S. of A. This is one of the few countries that actually allows it, and there are some good things in the United States, even though currently right now we're kind of mixed up and whatnot. But overall, I just want to say thanks to everybody who has defended this country, and in the past and currently and even in the future, if you're planning on going into the Army and everything. So thanks to everybody that that did those awesome deeds to help us be free. So yeah, that's my sentimentalness for today. Yes. The Where in the World answer for last week was the Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger spin. That was an easy one. They can't all be hard and they can't all be easy. So you guys know a lot about Disney. That's why you guys are watching this show. So I can't make them too difficult. Also, after this, you should be on the lookout for a D23 unboxing. I want to flip through this, show you everything. Got a Spider-Man thing here, so that should be interesting. I'm not exactly sure what this is, but it's going to be interesting. So just be on the lookout for the D23 unboxing after this video gets uploaded. Tomorrow I may wind up doing a podcast. I'm not sure if I am or not. I don't really have anything planned, so if I do wind up doing a podcast, just that could happen. I'm not expecting it to, but it's a possibility because that thought did cross my mind. So yeah. Oh, and one other thing, but before we get to the news, I was reading. I wanted to see if there were any closings of rides for my Disneyland trip, and sure enough, the Matterhorn bobsleds and the Finding Nemo submarine voyage will be down while I'm there. It's kind of a bummer, not so much for the Finding Nemo submarine voyage, even though I would have liked to have gone on that, but the Matterhorn bobsleds is one of the reasons I wanted to go to Disneyland, is because it was one of the first roller coasters Disney ever had, and I don't know, I was really looking forward to it, but I won't be able to get on that currently right now. It's scheduled for a refurb then. Hopefully, maybe they'll push it back. Come on, if anybody from Disney is watching, please. I would like to get on the Matterhorn bobsleds when I go to Disneyland next. So, yeah, it's movie month, so we're cruising right along, and Maleficent is coming up, so I'm really excited for that. So yeah, I think that's it. Let's get right to the news. This past week, Disney had its 24-hour event called the Rock Your Disney Side, in which you choose to be either a hero or a villain. The all-day and night event hosted many exclusive parades and meet and greets, along with special merchandise, food offerings, and special times for certain rides and things like that. It was really awesome. For videos and more information on the event, be sure to check out all of my favorite Disney sites, www.magic.com, allears.net, YouTube, insidethemagic.net, all those other ones, wherever you see, they have videos up about it, and you'll be able to see some of the different things. I have a couple links below. That link to WDW Magic and what they took. Overall, it's pretty cool. I think inside the Magic had a video of the new Maleficent debuting in the Magic Kingdom, for the Rocketeer side, or Rocketeer Disney side, which is a different Maleficent than the classic Maleficent. The classic Maleficent has a bent nose and a green face and a lot of purple and whatnot. The new Angelina Jolie Maleficent has a white face, green eyes, and not a lot of purple and things like that. So it was just cool to see that they're starting to tie in the new Maleficent movie with with this. So and it was actually neat that they actually gave you the option of being either a hero or a villain, because villains are getting a big push now, because a lot of people appreciate the villains for what they are, especially in the movies. Your hero is only as good as your villain. If your hero is not really in any duress, there is no reason for him to be, or him or her to be, a hero. So that's kind of cool, the fact that the villains are finally getting their due. That's kind of neat. So yeah, so it was awesome. Check out the videos, really cool stuff. The second weekend of the Star Wars weekends is in full effect, and it looks to be a great time. For pictures and video, follow the links below. Again, more stuff, more parades and things like that, the motorcades and all that, very neat stuff. The first Starbucks at Downtown Disney opened this past week at the Marketplace. Continuing the rollout of Starbucks at Walt Disney World, the Marketplace will be the third Starbucks location after the first Magic Kingdom Main Street Bakery Starbucks store, and then the Epcot Fountain View location. The Marketplace Starbucks is a walk-up location which does not have any interior space or seating. It serves all of the usual Starbucks beverages and snacks. Opening later this spring will be the second Downtown Disney Starbucks, which will be on the west side and will feature indoor seating. The new Wetzel's Pretzels and Haagen-Dazs kiosks are now open at Downtown Disney West Side. Located just outside Disney Quest facing Cirque du Soleil, the new kiosks provide a new home for both Wetzel's Pretzels and Haagen-Dazs following the closure of the original locations to make way for that new West Side Starbucks. The kiosks both have separate ordering and pickup windows and offer similar menus to their former locations. So, Haagen-Dazs and Wetzel's Pretzels. I mean, it is what it is. And finally, in some rehab and refurbishment news, the Mickey's PhilharMagic at the Magic Kingdom is scheduled to close for a brief refurbishment in mid-September. The refurbishment runs from September 8th to September 19th, reopening to guests on September 20th. Usually they do, these refurbs are, sprucing up refurbs so that everything gets painted and touched up and, looking nice. So Disney's got to do that. So that's the news for this week. Let's get right to the reviews. Now, as you can see by the title, I'm not doing any reviews this week. I'm doing my top 10. The main reason is that Maleficent comes out next week, not this week. And normally I would do my top 10 at the end of every month. But I'm making a special exception because I want to be able to review Maleficent and Sleeping Beauty. That's going to be next week's show. When it comes out, obviously. So I decided to switch this up, and we'll do the top 10 this week so that I can review Maleficent in all of its glory next week. So yeah, as you can see, after some careful deliberation by people on my File91e Facebook page, I did ask you guys if which movie themed top 10s you would like to see. I got a ton of great responses. The one that really stuck out to me was the top 10 movies that should have attractions. Now, the title is kind of misleading because, I guess you would think that I would be picking, movies that don't, currently have attractions. There are some on here that currently have attractions that I think either should be updated or changed or a ride removed entirely because, and replaced with something better, that sort of thing. I also have a couple different lands that I would like to see, but you'll get the idea as we do this top 10. So, as a couple of honorable mentions, one of them was Wreck-It Ralph. That one caught my eye. I was going through the list of Disney movies, and I was like, that'd be kind of neat to have a Wreck-It Ralph, themed kind of something. Because the whole video game thing is in right now. Everybody loves video games. but the one thing that I don't think it has enough longevity. Like, if for whatever reason Disney bought Nintendo or the rights to Mario and Luigi and all that, and they did something with it, I could see Wreck-It Ralph being put in there. But Wreck-It Ralph, while it is a good movie, I don't think it's going to be remembered 20, 30 years down the line as a classic. And so putting a ride that's kind of adding permanence to that movie, I don't think it would do too well. So Wreck-It Ralph was one. And then do something with the stupid outpost in Epcot in the World Showcase. Anything. I really don't care what it is. You can put like expand the Norway Pavilion, or like just put a whole new thing in there. I mean, with all the movies that they have, the fact that you got this outpost there, which is basically a placeholder for a country. The fact that they have so many movies that they can't do anything with. They have this space right there in prime real estate for that. So that's just something that I just had to get off my chest. But anyway, let's get into the actual top 10. Now, number 10, just to get this out of the way, is Frozen. Just put the characters from Frozen in something, do something with them. There's been talk about Frozen maybe being added to the Maelstrom ride, which I don't think is a big problem. However, Maelstrom purists, of which there are many, don't want to see that happen. Even though, come on, just adding Anna and Elsa, maybe an Olaf to certain things. The ride is so bland, guys. There's nothing there. The troll thing's cool, but what else is there? A painting? Some weird stuff on the wall? You got the polar bear there. Switch the polar bear into Marshmallow. That would be cool. That would be neat. Disney has like 3 abominable snowmans. You got the Yeti from the Matterhorn bobsleds. You got the Yeti from Expedition Everest, and then you got Marshmallow from Frozen. And technically, if you want to get into it, you can have the abominable snowman from Monsters Inc. or Monsters University. Technically, there's 4, but I only count the 3. But I digress. So yeah, I think Frozen should have its own something, because, well, it's very popular, and I think this is one of those movies that will transcend the test of time and be something that kids fondly remember when they grow up. So it should have its time in the sun, and should have an attraction to go with it. Whether or not they upgrade the Maelstrom or add something else in the Magic Kingdom completely on its own, who knows? But I do think Frozen should have something. So number 10, Frozen. Number 9 is the Muppets. Redo that attraction. They need to update it. I don't know if you need to redo it all the way, but it really needs to update. If you're going to be putting out more movies and whatnot, we need to have newer celebrities or things that that we can relate to of this generation. When they made the Muppets, back in the day, it was kind of interesting. Muppet Vision 3D. It was kind of interesting because it was the first real play on 3D technology, and it really worked. But now now that they have the technology for 3D, they should really do something with it. And Muppet Vision 3D, I think, is being held back was being held back by the limitations of the technology at the time. Now we have no limitations on that. You can do whatever you want. So I would love to see Muppets, or the Muppets. They have a great little section right over there. Do something with that, upgrade it. It's perfect in Hollywood studios. I don't think it should go away. I just think it should be updated. So the Muppets, number 9. Number 8 is The Nightmare Before Christmas. I'm not a big fan. Look, I'm not the biggest fan of Nightmare Before Christmas, okay? I like the movie. I like the characters, the music. I like it. It's a great movie. But then you got these people who are like these Nightmare Before Christmas crazy, purists and everything. And it's not crazy. I shouldn't say that, because if you like Disney and that's your thing that you like about Disney, then go for it. I'm not knocking it at all. But you have to admit, some people get a little nuts for this stuff. But I do think that The Nightmare Before Christmas should have its time in the sun. In Disneyland, they morph the Haunted Mansion into the Nightmare Before Christmas haunted thing, and then you got, that travels all the way through Christmas. I think they should do that with the Magic Kingdom, or do something and give it its own little whatever. Even if it's just adding the Nightmare Before Christmas to the Haunted Mansion in the Magic Kingdom, as it is in Disneyland, which is part of the reason why I'm going to Disneyland. I think it would, that would add something to it, because people love Nightmare Before Christmas. It's a big thing for people, especially people my age, and I just think it's a great movie, and people will still like it for years to come. So it should have something that it can really, people who love who love that movie can go gravitate towards. So yeah, that's my big thing. Number 7 is Alice in Wonderland. I'm not a huge fan of Alice in Wonderland. I haven't read the books or anything like that. However, I do appreciate the movie for what it is. I love the Disney movie, but there is a severe lack of Alice in Wonderland stuff in the Magic Kingdom. Now, I'm not sure if that's because Walt didn't like Alice in Wonderland, or it was like one of his toughest movies. He wasn't really, pleased, with how it turned out. However, Disney does have the Mad Tea Party, cup ride, which is a very fun ride, but it's mainly meant for kids, and I just think that they could do a lot more with Alice in Wonderland, given the just the strangeness of the story and how big of a fan base it has. When I went down to Disney World, I couldn't, this past time, I couldn't really find a whole lot of Alice in Wonderland merchandise. It was there, but it wasn't a lot, as much as I was expecting, given the fan base that Alice in Wonderland has. So I would like to see a little bit more, from Alice in Wonderland. The teacups are a good enough attraction, but maybe, you could do like a dark ride in a similar vein as Mr. Toad's Wild Ride or the Winnie the Pooh attraction. I just think, just the sets itself could lend, could just be awesome. So yeah, Alice in Wonderland, number 7. Number 6 is The Incredibles. That's another one that you don't really see, that has a pretty big fan base. Given the whole Disney Infinity stuff with The Incredibles and whatnot, and they might even do a second Incredible movie. I'm not sure about that. But I still think that they could do something, with The Incredibles, whether it be a roller coaster. I just think it would need to be like a thrill ride, that sort of thing. I really think they could pull that off. Disney has some great ideas when it comes to that. I do think that The Incredibles ride should be a thrill ride, something like that, just because that movie is action-packed, and I think the ride should be action-packed also. So yeah, that is. The Incredibles don't really get the love that I think they should. So I would like to see an attraction that shows a little bit more appreciation for The Incredibles. So The Incredibles, number 6. Number 5, this is a personal favorite of mine. Nobody else will agree with me, because nobody else in the world likes this movie. I do, and I don't care. Number 5 is The Rocketeer. I love this movie. The Rocketeer is one of my all-time favorite movies ever since I was a little kid, and I think Disney should, honestly redo the movie. It's a great story. The whole rocket thing looks awesome. That Art Deco style, the 1940s. It's very charming. I don't know. I just loved it. I love the soundtrack. I love the terrible acting in it. I love the terrible effects. But overall, I just loved the movie. It was one of my favorites. I love the jetpack, and I would love to see some more Rocketeer appreciation. We don't really get to see that much. I see it on Tumblr a lot, in the Comic-Cons and stuff like that, and I really enjoy that. But overall, I just want to see it happen. So there you go. Please, Disney, bring back some Rocketeer stuff, and you can make an attraction or a show, a stunt show. I don't care. I want to see the Rocketeer in Disney World in some way, even though that will never ever happen. Number 4, Aladdin. Yeah, we have the magic carpets of Aladdin, and that's an okay ride. The theme, you got the carpets and you go up and down, but it's a rehash of the Dumbo ride. I think Aladdin would be a great 3D attraction, or even a roller coaster, some sort of thing, as you're evading the lava. I don't know, I just think Disney could pull that off. Aladdin is such a huge Disney movie, such a big part of the Disney Renaissance that launched Disney back into the stratosphere. that you give it a spinning ride in the middle of Adventureland. Okay, it works. It's kind of a centerpiece for Adventureland, but I think that you could do a little bit more. I don't know what maybe again, like a roller coaster or some form of 3D ride. It will be kind of neat to see. Aside from the fact that you guys have that ride and are in the PhilharMagic, I don't know. I think it's very underappreciated. It's underutilized, and I would like to see more from Aladdin. So Aladdin, number 4. All right, guys. Now the big 3 are going to be lands, because I think Disney should do the most with these, because they have interest in these properties and whatnot. Number 3, I would love to see a land, whether it be in Disney's Hollywood Studios or whatever, dedicated to the Studio Ghibli or Ghibli. I'm not sure how it's or Ghibli. I'm not sure how it's pronounced. The people that made Ponyo and the Nausicaa and Howl's Moving Castle. I think that would be awesome. You don't stereotypically put it in Tokyo Disney. I would love to see it over here in the mainland. Anime is a big thing over here. I'm not the biggest fan of anime, but I love these movies. They're drawn well. There's a whole big, vast array of things you could possibly do. And I mean, how awesome would it be to have a Howl's Moving Castle ride, or to see Ponyo, or there's just stuff that you could do. I don't think it would be a whole park. I think just a land would do it, because you would have a lot of minimal real estate for a ton of theming, so you could get all the theming in there that you would need. I just think that would be cool. There's a lot of stuff that could be done with it. But I think that would be a good addition to certain parks. So add a Studio Ghibli land. That would be cool. Number 3. Number 2 is a Marvel land, whether it be the Avengers or anything else. That has to be one of the next things, in addition to expanding the Pixar area of Disney's Hollywood Studios. That needs to be in Hollywood Studios is a Marvel themed area. Disney's Hollywood Studios does need to be expanded. It's a little bit smaller, well, I would say a lot smaller than a lot of the other parks, and I think you could fit 1 or 2 more lands in there that would really benefit to Disney's Hollywood Studios. I'm sure you have the real estate, but I would really like to see a Marvel land in there. Just think about it. You could have an Iron Man ride or an Avengers attraction. Because Iron Man's huge, and that would be kind of neat. That's where you could meet all of your favorite superheroes. Instead of just seeing them in parades and whatnot. You have this, this partnership. You own Marvel. It's time to do something with it. And I think kids seeing their favorite superheroes would really, mean something to them, and that would be kind of cool. I don't know, maybe a stunt show. That would be kind of neat. Disney's Hollywood Studios is all about stunt shows. But I really think with the technology that we have now, and what we've seen in Universal, I'm not sure if Universal has the rights to, or the theme park rights to Marvel attractions. I'm not sure, but I would love to see what Disney could do with with the Marvel intellectual property for as far as theme parks go. So attractions, that would be awesome. Marvel Land number 2. And the number 1 thing I want to see in parks as it relates to movies, come on now, we're in the midst of Star Wars weekends. I would love to see a Star Wars land, or even a Star Wars themed park. I think you could pull off a Star Wars themed park. There's so much in it that you could do. But I think they would have to pull off a Star Wars a land first. And I think that would also fit in well with Disney's Hollywood Studios. You could remove the the stunt show and the backlot tour. You don't need them anymore, so you have a lot more real estate to put stuff in addition to the Marvel Land, the expansion of Pixar. The thing that would really complete Disney's Hollywood Studios as being the movie destination is putting Star Wars in there. Now you do have the Star Tours too. You would, I guess you could build off of that, because Star Tours is still a great ride. But I would like to see some other things. I like there's just so many things that you could apply to Star Wars, you know, in a theme park, you know, whether it be theming or just, you know, innovative rides. You know, I would love to see, again, a roller coaster in there. Maybe you could do something with that, you know, well, you know, almost like you're flying an X-Wing. We already got that with the themes. There's just so much other stuff that you could do, different lands, different areas of Star Wars that you could, you know, act on. And I just think that Disney's Hollywood Studios would benefit from those 3 main additions, because that would basically make, you know, Disney's Hollywood Studios the movie destination, and I think a lot of people would, you know, go there. I think, you know, people already go there anyway because of the thrill rides that it has, but you know, adding Star Wars in there, the Marvel, or even Studio Ghibli and all that stuff, I just think it would be awesome. So I want to see Star Wars in there, you know, just overall, you know, even more than Marvel and even more than Studio Ghibli, just because they're already doing these Star Wars weekends. It's a big thing, and you own it now. You're making more movies. I think it's time to go forward and you know, expand on this Star Wars stuff. George Lucas has already given you his blessing, and I'm sure you can't mess this up in any which way, shape, or form. So, Star Wars Land is one of those things I would like to see. You know, is the top attraction or top movie that I would like to see made into attractions or anything like that. So there you go, my top 10 movies that I would like to see made into attractions. Again, I took liberties with that title. I didn't, you know, they're not just random movies and whatnot. I don't want a Pete's Dragon attraction or anything like that. I still want my Rocketeer in there, though. Still want my Rocketeer in there, Disney. I think you could pull that off. Yep. There you go. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. I would love to hear your top 10s. Post them in the comments section below, or on my File91e Facebook page. Either way, I would love to hear what you guys you know, come up with, because I'm sure you guys will come up with stuff that even I didn't think of. So post some stuff. I want to see them. Well, alrighty, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's Disney News Reviews. Again, you know, be on the lookout for this unboxing of the Maleficent D23 magazine, the summer 2014 edition. That's coming up soon. And yeah, so cool stuff. I think that's it. I'm just covering everything. Happy Memorial Day. Yeah, I think that is it, and I can finish this up. If anyone from Disney is watching, please don't sue me. I want people to go down to Disney World and enjoy everything that you have down there. You're always expanding, and that's one of the best things about you, Disney, is that you constantly change, and you keep giving us stuff that we didn't even know that we wanted, but you did. But you do, like these giant cookies and things, and Dole Whip. I didn't know what Dole Whip was until I came down and saw it. Now I want it always. Dole Whip, good stuff. Frozen lemonade. I mean, I could freeze lemonade. I could do that, but you know, you do it better. So good stuff there. And if you are going down to Disney World, be sure to go to allers.net, touringplans.com, and wdwmatch.com for all the latest and greatest Disney news. WaltDisneyWorld.com is good too, along with Passporter.com. They have some great stuff. Next week is Sleeping Beauty and Maleficent. The week after, I will not be doing a video. That's my birthday, so I won't be doing a video then. But next week, June 1st, is the Maleficent and Sleeping Beauty review. So yeah, I think that's it. Stay tuned for the D23 unboxings, and I think that's going to wrap up this week's Disney News and Reviews. So guys, where in the world am I this week? Bye.